Hey everyone, this is Robin at Laxtractive here, and I'm here with my friend Fossyhola, also known as Katie. But we're going to string up some epic purpose lacrosse heads and answer some of your guys' questions.
First question. Oh, what's your favorite die or string job you've ever done?
Ooh, alright. So my favorite die that I've done to date is this Alice in Wonderland die. It was for Dyer's Cup. I forget which round. But I had a blast putting this together. It took probably around 12 to 13 hours of dedicated effort for an entire day. It says, "I'm not crazy" on one side. My reality is just different than yours. I love that movie. It was the die was to do one of your favorite movies. So yeah, that's one of my favorites. What's yours?
Mine is, I'll put a picture of it up, but mine was, I did a die for Maverick. I think it was an Erupt, and it was the Stranger Things.
Oh,
die.
Nice.
My Stranger Things die was probably like, it was a giant collaboration between friends. Like a lot of people would just randomly come up to me when they heard I was doing that one, and just been like, "Hey, I really think like if you do this, it'll look sick." And I was like, "Oh, that's a great idea!" And so basically I stole all my friends' ideas for it, but my execution was great.
This one is from KJ Gonza, who I believe I've done a restring for. So thanks for giving me your question. And how can I make sure to keep a high pocket placement? High pocket placement requires, the best thing you can do, honestly, is just start hitting the wall and making sure that you have proper cradling form and you're catching in the right spot, which is the high pocket. But if you want to actually mess with the strings to kind of lend them to that high pocket more without hitting the wall, what you can do is you can grab these, there's always a little bit of slack at the top, no matter what. So, and you don't want slack at the top of your stick. So you can move that slack and grab these strings right here and right here, your cross lace, and kind of pull the slack through the stick one at a time. It's kind of tedious, but you have to keep pulling it until you get to your high pocket, which is like right there, and redistribute that slack. I really recommend doing that on factory strung STX sticks. They have very uniform tension throughout their sticks. I'm not a fan of that, but I understand they have to, you know, put out a lot of the cross sticks, so they're not paying attention to that as much. But yeah, just bring the slack from the top, move it to the high pocket, and you should be golden.
It was your favorite pizza topping.
I wonder who asked that.
Yeah. So there's been a lot of debate in the community lately from a certain individual that broccoli should not be a pizza topping. However,
Bold statement.
I 100% believe that broccoli should be a pizza topping.
Oh god, I don't know. My go-to is probably olives, just for that extra saltiness.
Oh.
But my standard pizza is olives and mushroom and usually some veggies and other peppers and stuff like that too. Onions. Not a stringing question, but is broccoli an acceptable pizza topping?
Do we have to go into this again?
Alright.
No. Yes, it is. Anything is an acceptable pizza topping if you truly believe in it. That was like my favorite advice I ever got from like a YouTube video when I first started stringing.
Yeah.
Was like, not everyone strings the same. And like, not everyone's knots the same.
Golden advice.
So
We
like,
all string differently, but it's okay. How long did it take you to learn to string? And this question is from brown.audrey. Thank you for your question, Audrey.
I'm gonna say this very poetically in that I'm still learning.
Dang right.
I probably spent like about 4 months like hardcore stringing often and unstringing and restringing a stick. Till I got it like, oh, there's a pocket in here. Oh, it's a high pocket. Oh, I nailed it. It's not a ping pong paddle. Predictions for NCAA tournament.
Woo!
I'm a nerd when it comes to college lacrosse.
I'm not as nerdy.
I'm really like a die-hard lacrosse fan.
Yeah.
Should I just do my top 4?
Yeah.
My top 4, I think this year, number 1 should be BC. I think UNC's looks really good too. I think Maryland is gonna do well. I'm gonna pick a surprise one. I think Virginia might actually.
Ooh.
UVA looks really good this year.
But I'm gonna say Maryland, just auto.
Auto.
Just automatically Maryland, automatically UNC because they've won the past 2 championships, but Maryland and UNC have. I'm gonna cause controversy and say Stony Brook.
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh!
Boy. Probably last one, Boston College.
Can go Tewaaraton too. I think it's either gonna be Megan Whittle, Marie McCool, or Sam Puzo for me. Those are my Tewaaraton picks. Those top 3.
Top 3 heads to string from Bruin Guy 92. Thanks, Bruin Guy 92. And all right. What are your top 3?
I really like to string the Cruxes series. I like the Epics. These are insane. There's a couple De Beer heads that every time I get one, I'm like, ooh, like I get really excited.
Yeah.
Even though like R.I.P. De Beer,
yeah,
we miss you every day.
Once you figure out how to do their weird sidewalls and top strings, then they're really nice.
And that's what's nice. Like that's what I'm sad about De Beer leaving, and I like that Epic came in because De Beer was like the innovators almost. They were pushing boundaries and doing different things, and that's what Epic's doing now.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I pretty much agree. I don't have the option to not like stringing Crux heads. Like
a lot.
I string a ridiculous amount of these Crux heads. Crux 600 is my favorite right now, just because they helped. I think they made the sidewalls a little bit wider, the sidewall holes, which makes it so much better for me to squeak through shooters. But I like the Crux series of heads. They're just really easy. It's probably because I do so many of them, but I like them. Then I also agree. I like stringing these Epic Purpose heads. They're
not sponsored.
I like the old De Beer heads too. The closest, but since they're out of production, I'll say Under Armour pretty much adopted their technology with sidewall holes and stuff. Right, this is from Lack Smoke 26. Hi Taylor, thanks for giving me this question. This is a good one, a really good one. 2 straights in a stick or a U in a straight, pros and cons of each. This is the kind of U that I usually do. I like that it grabs on the side of the ball, on the inside of the ball. It prevents side-to-side ball movement, is what I think it does. And just grips it a little bit better, keeps it in the high pocket a little bit better, gives it more of a narrow, straight path out of the stick. Whereas a straight, having 2 straights stacked on each other, usually the idea there is the bottom one is a little bit looser and the top one is tighter. And it gives you a little bit more of a ramped release. But I could argue that the U-shooter does that in addition to preventing side-to-side ball movement. So that's why I would go with a U.